The update, man. It's been going on, man. The freak off is finally over.
We thought Dwight Howard was bad, but this man's putting points on the board we never seen. Diddy reportedly placed on S-Watch as he awaits trial for trafficking case to begin.
Just nasty. So, I mean, if you didn't know, Diddy was arrested in New York for his alleged freak-offs. Information has been coming out. They've been dropping videos like crazy. You see the video, like his house being raided back in March 25th when the LA house and Miami house got raided. They finally dropping the videos. It's baby oil bottles everywhere, allegedly over 1,000 bottles. But we got the video here basically of Diddy getting arrested. We also got Shyne talking about the situation. We got Cat Williams saying "I told you so," and Diddy lawyer. Freak offs. The Emerald tablets. And he really ran a 4.5.
Yes, he did 4.3.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Look at Diddy. Oh, they got him. Oh. And you know the fact that they did it like this, like they didn't embarrass him there. Like, you know, most cops, they're just like, it'd be like swarmed with a whole bunch of cops. Everybody be in uniform.
Well, it's like he was at the
period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
You know, I think they're not telling the whole truth. Is that because of the situation in Miami and the situation in California, and they closed the clubs like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and something like that, that Justin and Christian was bringing big vans of girls and people back to the mansion and giving parties and stuff like that. And a lot of those stuff were their parties. A lot of that shit was their parties. They wasn't always Puff parties. It was his son's parties.
Miami, a night of partying. I don't really remember what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Would you like a reminder?
Yeah, sure.
Play some.
Hey, yo, listen, I love it all. I love it all, man.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No.
That was you, sir.
That was you.
Scrambling.
What? You said, I like when you do it like that, Daddy, when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
Hey, man.
Moved on, but let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well, I
and that
spent a birthday with him on.
I
saw birthday cake.
went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on.
So we made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has...
I understand the government is corrupt. It's corrupt, but
corrupt like my co-host.
Whatever, man. But let me tell you how it all started, man. It's all started November 16, 2023, when New York made it the last few days left of the Survivor Act that basically helps any victim that's been assaulted throughout time. You know, they gave him extra time to file. It looks like Cassie filed. So as soon as Cassie filed,
I thought he paid her off.
He paid her. That's the crazy part. Like he paid her off,
and
then
she's still told.
And then she's still told. She's still working with the feds, which makes no sense. Like I paid you your money, and you still cooperate.
Should be an NDA. She should be able to get in trouble for that.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Because I mean, like he said that he paid the money, then she's supposed to allegedly sign the NDA. So how are you helping the cops? Like all you wanted with your money, you got your money, but now you just double dipping. If he'd known this would have happened, I mean, I don't think he should have paid. Like if you know you finna get if somebody's
you're going down anyway, why pay a hefty fee?
Exactly.
He's probably gonna have to pay a hefty fee anyway. I don't know how they're gonna rule it.
Exactly.
I've never liked Diddy. I've always thought he was up to no good. Did you see that they posted the original back of the Tupac album for Machiavelli?
What about it? You posted it?
I didn't post it.
Somebody what was on the back of the Machiavelli Tupac album?
They had Diddy in a dress.
Oh.
A ballerina dress.
Oh Lord, I believe it.
And then they had Biggie getting banged out by like some white woman.
They have all that.
Yes, they did.
Oh, he tried him like that?
Yeah, he's tried him like that. He had like what do you call it? Like doppelgangers and videos.
I remember the doppelgangers and videos, but I didn't think.
And hit him up.
I know about that, but I didn't know about he did it in the back of the album. That's crazy.
I'll show. Oh man, I should have got it for the show. Sorry, loyal viewers.
sorry about that. But we're gonna go down to all the victims, man. So you had the Cassie situation.
I'm gonna show my codes though.
Then you had the Rodney Jones situation. Rodney Jones was the person that helped with some of the Diddy albums. He the one that said that Cuban Gooding Jr. was trying to touch him in his no spots. He kept telling Cuban.
Not radio.
Yep, he said radio. No, radio wouldn't listen. So that situation happened, and then also he knows about the King Combs situation where King Combs was on the boat and he basically was trying to force himself on this female worker, which we also did. We also talked about that too. So Rodney's telling it all too, and that's all because Rodney was supposed to get paid like $50K for helping with the album. I think he got like $34K. He basically got like $34K. He got a lot less than what he originally wanted. Right now, basically, he's trying to clear his name out because nobody wants to work with him. So he's basically trying to show that he was telling the truth. So he's basically helping the FBI. Also, that's disrespectful. Diddy in a dress.
Yeah, and it says pig on his shirt.
And he got a white girl. That's what? I didn't even. Hey, that's for real.
That was the original cover, but they changed it once he died.
Oh, well, Lord.
Oh, they said that this picture, this drawing of Diddy in a ballerina dress, that it looks like 504.
He does look like 504. Is that a New Orleans Saints around us?
That's part of it.
It's part of it. Okay, so
look at the Notorious Pig, and it says "Bad Girl."
Horrible. So you got Rodney, you got Cassie, you got Rodney Jones with his situation. Then you got Derek Smith. Derek Smith sued Diddy for $100 million, won the lawsuit, but then the judge turned around and basically reversed it. You got the Joelle Neal girl, who's the girl that said she basically worked at the Diddy parties. She worked it like 3 or 4 times, and like once the 4th time happened, that's when Diddy started letting her go to the back room. And then you got the Don Richardson situation and Danny Kane, where she said that Diddy and them basically threw her in the car, locked it for 2 hours. So I mean, that's basically how all the charges happened. I mean,
he's going down.
It's a lot of charges. You get the S trafficking. The S trafficking is happening because he was going in Miami and different places and flying S workers out, and they saying like, yeah.
Well, I mean, basically, if you fly out any girl and like you end up
or guy.
I guess.
You guess? What? You gotta stand up for man's rights.
Diddy was
standing up for him, right?
He wasn't standing.
Oh, horrible. Poor McMills.
Oh man, how'd he go from the dream chasers to the cream chasers? Poor Meek. But what are you thinking about Diddy? Are you thinking he's going away for 20 years?
Nah,
is he going away for life? Is he gonna get bail? Are they gonna eventually give him bail?
I think they're gonna eventually give him bail. What they're doing is they're just waiting because at first he put up everything for bail. He put up $50 million. He gave his mama a passport, his kid's passport. He sold his house because allegedly what they're saying is he had an agreement with the feds. He had an agreement that he was going to turn himself in, he was going to cooperate, and you guys were going to give me bail. That's why he sold the place. So he sold his mansion. That's why he's also selling his jet. Dang. But it looks like they took it back.
He's got all kinds of property. properties. He could probably afford to sell one or two.
True, and they say they took it back, and some people allegedly saying they took it back because they found the pink stuff in his room. Then on top of that, after he got his house raided in March, he was still having freak-offs. They say he was still partying.
Once you pop, you just can't stop.
So I mean, they basically saying like Diddy, like this is what happens when like you make $1 billion and you feel untouchable and the money gets to you.
Yeah.
And you can decide like once you start paying off things.
I hope we never get that rich.
I hope we do get that rich. You see, like the whole Tupac situation, like he allegedly paid that off, or the whole like the Shyne situation.
You know what I wonder?
What?
Is like this is very similar to like Epstein.
Yes, it is.
And what happened with him, and it's crazy that the Epstein involved a lot of celebrities of all races, but a majority Caucasian celebrities on the Epstein Island.
Prince Harry.
Yeah, royalty. And that list seems to never come out. And we even had like politicians. They had both like the Clintons, Trump, like people from both sides over there. Not looking very good, but they never released the list and people were waiting for it. Now with Diddy, if you wonder if Diddy probably having way less Caucasian people at his parties, if they're actually going to release his list.
I mean, I don't know. I think he might take the plea deal. He might take a plea deal before that even happens.
Plea deal to save everyone else?
Save everybody. I mean, so all the information won't come out. Because it's a lot of people on there. They're saying like it's politicians on there. It's some white people on there.
Yeah,
they said also his publicist is like the head of staff.
Well, it just seems weird. I know there's white people at both, but there's definitely way more with the Epstein.
Of course.
And that list never came out. I wonder if they're going to be as forgiving and spare the list with the Diddy parties, because it's been all kinds of celebrities.
It has.
Not just athletes and rappers.
It's like Obama they got Obama there.
Obama was at a Diddy party.
They got Obama.
Drake had a Diddy party.
They got Drake at a Diddy party. I mean,
all kinds of people got crazy videos where they're interacting with Diddy, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna pound it out later," and they're like, "Oh, I'm busy," and then they like run off.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
And then the leaked Meek Mill audio.
Exactly.
Just ain't right.
So the charges, they got the trafficking charge. That was crazy. They got the forced labor part where basically like he was making people work for him. He wasn't paying them. He got the
show him the next one.
No, not yet. The kidnapping charge. The kidnapping because he threw the girl in the car, and then basically threw the girl in the car. And they say when you go to a Diddy party, you can't leave. Like the security guards.
I was gonna say that I heard that allegedly like some of the celebrities didn't know about like the freak offs. That basically like the party would wind down around like between like 2 and 3, and that's when like a lot of the big name celebrities or political people would go home. But the people that stayed means they were down for the freak off.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I mean, like, I feel like they are victims. Like, if you went one time, found out what was really going on at the Diddy party, and never went back, you're a victim. But if you went back 3, 4, 5 times, you're guilty. You're caught.
You enjoyed yourself a little too much.
Drinking too much of that Kool-Aid. I mean, he got the arson charge. Kid Cudi got him the arson charge because remember they said Kid Cudi said he blew up his car.
Oh yeah.
So, but I mean, like all this stuff, I don't know if you can really prove it. Like you can't prove. I don't know if you can prove that Diddy blew up that car. I don't know if you can.
Oh, they're gonna get Diddy with a RICO.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what they're doing.
Well, and especially with his sons, they said his sons are underage and having like a lot of younger people at the parties with alcohol and stuff. So that could also be looked at really bad.
That is really bad.
I wonder what his sons. I see like Christian Combs still on Instagram, like hanging out, acting like nothing's going on. So
they untouchable. They act like they're untouchable.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I wonder if they're gonna get in trouble too, because it's like even though they're the sons, it's not like they're still like 17 or 18. They're like in their mid-20s now. So I mean, they're adults. They should have faced similar trouble now.
But that's the crazy part. Imagine like they saying like all this they got the pictures of everybody partying. Then they got video evidence like some teenage girls there, but you got teenage kids. So it's like how you like. So now you finna get in trouble because your kids brought somebody over, and it's like you got that situation. And like how kids is, somebody can steal the bottle, they can take it back where the kids is. Now the kids
they're gonna take off, and then they're gonna wreck, and they're like, "Where were you at?"
The Diddy party, then you end up finding out that they end up taking the special bottles and not one of the regular bottles. I mean, it's just looking bad. He's guilty for something.
That does happen to parents. Like if you're a parent that's like, "Oh, I'm a cool parent. I allow my kid and their friends to drink." Like if something happens and you get in trouble, it's like, well, even if you say you'd rather do it here than somewhere else, it's still not allowed. Facts. You can't throw like underage alcohol parties. Like,
just because you're a chaperone, you think you're
being
irresponsible chaperone than the other person. You can't. I mean, you can't do that.
Parents have gotten busted for that, and gotten real fines, community service, all kinds of stuff.
It's getting serious at that. I mean, they charging these parents for these kids' problems like that. Remember the kid that just did up shoot up the whole school, and then they just charged the dad because the dad gave him the present.
You know what's crazy about why if you come from if you're like a military brat, like why you're usually well behaved? Because if you get in trouble in school, at a certain point your parent gets in trouble. Like if you're constantly bad, like going to the principal's office or like messing with your teacher, you can get like your parent to lose rank.
Damn.
And that'll literally affect the paycheck too.
Yeah. So
how much money they make each month. So like
they're sending you to boarding school quick. They can send you to a boarding school, or they could make sure that you don't act that way again. Like Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, he was that his dad and wasn't in the military, but he was bad,
so they just sent him to boarding school.
Sent him to boarding school. And he hated him for that. But speaking of hating,
my co-host, he was bad.
I ain't go to boarding school, but speaking of funny, man, the internet has been going crazy on this next clip right here, man. Y'all been going crazy with this Diddy stuff, so much so that they saying Diddy's streaming numbers have been soaring. We got basically a video right here of, all the alleged allegations, all the alleged videos of Diddy just acting weird. Weird. And then we got some celebrities talking about the situation. Then we gonna come back and read you this basically message from one of the victims, man. She said, "I got a kid, Diddy. You can't be doing this to me."
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Matt,
move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that.
That's four right there.
Look, would you get a drink on his head? And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is a actual DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to him. I put him to sleep.
Next day, right?
You put the drink on his head.
There you go.
Diddy put him to sleep in one way or another.
Drake, what up, baby?
Drake.
Yeah, we coming, baby. Yeah, Cash. Toronto always show love, you know what I'm saying?
Close, why don't you do your hair like that?
These big sweets, I came in for the biggest sweet. I remember I came in, I was like, the biggest sweet.
I need y'all to help me. We all heard about Puffy, and I see a lot of people, yay. I'm confused. The Cassie thing, I understand. I think you should definitely lock this nigga up. Put hands on the young lady. But I don't understand the other shit. Can y'all help me?
Was that his stomach?
Yeah. That's fine. I thought it was your stomach.
No, it's his.
Being nasty been a federal crime. And I'm glad they told me. I didn't know there was a limit on baby oil. I'm getting a few, because we get ashy. But
we get ashy.
You get a massage or something or whatever. I don't know. I don't.
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Who are
you talking about, Mr. Brown? What they?
They. Look at it. Kareem Akbar. That's right, the educated brother from the bank. He's the real head of the CMB.
Ooh, I mean, that was a clip I think that was a clip of the New Jack City. You ever seen New Jack City?
Yeah. What's the Snipes?
He snitched on everybody, and that's what Cat Williams posted that. And he's been, ever since Diddy's been getting arrested, Cat Williams has been posting like funny videos of Diddy snitching or things that's gonna be happening to Diddy while he in jail. So I mean, basically, and you seen Faison saying like, "What's wrong with having so many bottles of baby oil?" like I said before, I mean, I thought it was like old school. Maybe maybe throw a baby oil party. Come on, man. You don't go to the strip club and say why you got 1,000 bottles of baby oil. You already know what they finna do.
You know what they're for.
The mud wrestling. Come on, man.
What is this Nancy Dillon tweet? It says, reading Sean Combs' second bail hearing transcript reads 4 texts allegedly sent to Combs by unidentified female victims. I turn my head for a second and you get effed up and you drag me down the hall by my hair. I have bleeding cuts. You hit me in the head 2 good times. Dang, disrespect. When you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me you have the power, and you knock me around. I'm not a ragdoll. I'm someone's child.
That's sad, man. That's real sad. That's like one of the alleged victims. I mean, it could be anybody. They saying they got so many people. It could be. I know a lot of the stuff they've been releasing from Cassie. You got the people I just named. Then on top
Orlando Brown.
Then on top of that, maybe Orlando Brown. Then on top of that, you got the people that was administrating the IV. Because remember, he said he had people to come do the IV after that because they party for like long nights. Sometimes Diddy parties lasted for like a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just crazy. But this is what happens when you're rich in the well, I guess allegedly happen when you're rich in the billionaire. You throw sex parties and then now you get arrested because you're flying people out. You're not supposed to fly people out. You're supposed to get them locally. Get them from the local McDonald's.
Don't listen to anything my co-host said. He's going to get you arrested too.
No, it won't. That's what he said. It's not traffic. If
you're watching this on TFTC clips, this is a perfect time to go to Tales from the Crib and subscribe so you can get it in full 1080p and get to see it first. You need to like, comment, and subscribe if you're on Tales from the Crib or TFTC clips. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the like button. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Have you been liking the baby oil skits that everybody been doing?
Oh. Yeah, that's funny. I was like, if you had baby oil around me, you need to watch yourself.
I don't own baby oil. Baby oil. I mean, the fact that you have 1,000 bottles. You know how long it takes to clear a bottle of baby oil? It takes a while.
Huh?
You know how long it takes to empty out a bottle of baby oil?
Not if you use it right.
I don't know who you be inviting over. You over here mud wrestling.
I'm going again.
I heard Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
No, it's Old School. You ever seen Old School?
Yes. I said with the old man. That's what he had the baby bottles
for.
for.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
And on top of that, like, I mean, some of these charges I feel like he can beat. Some of them he can't beat.
Yeah, but that is the thing. When is it a crime to be a freak?
I guess
I'm going to jail for sucking toes.
Basically.
No, but I hate Diddy, so I hope all the bad stuff comes to Diddy. He's always deserved it. He allegedly, I don't know if he had something to do with Tupac's death.
That's the only reason people waiting for it. People waiting for the Tupac thing to come out. And people waiting for the Kim Porter thing to come out because allegedly somebody wrote a book about Kim Porter.
Yeah.
Alleged book. Said, oh yeah, this is alleged book. Like Diddy used to beat her up and then asked Kim Porter to put a dildo up his U-hole.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, exactly.
No, but Tupac, that's the thing, though. I don't actually agree that he got Tupac actually killed, but Tupac had been shot multiple times in his life, and one of the times before when he turned on the East Coast, because he's actually from the East Coast. He's from New York and Baltimore.
But Biggie said he had nothing to do with it.
But he did get shot one time when he went to hang out with them.
So you think that, so you think Diddy did it?
That's why he went
Biggie
to the
back?
West Coast. That's why he was like, F the East Coast. Because Tupac was really both coasts. He spent time on both coasts.
True.
East and West Coast growing up. And so once he felt like they tried to backstab him on the East Coast, because he was originally cool with Puffy and cool with Biggie, he was like, no more. And that's when he made the West Coast versus East Coast.
That's when he went over there. Then
They hit him up and all that.
Then Snoop Dogg left
Dr.
over there.
Dre.
He left over there. They ended up going with Master P and them at No Limit. Then Suge Knight went up. It was crazy back in the day. Like, you know what? Also, I see people talking about like since time has changed so much, like we not doing like this. Like this is something with Bill. Like this is learned behavior. Like he learned this. He doing the same thing Bill Cosby and them doing, but he just doing it in a different way. I mean, like this is things like people used to do back in the day. Like now, we not allowing it anymore, and it's just crazy how like they get into trouble for things that happen like 30 years later.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes. But yeah, you can't be a freak today.
Exactly.
I mean, because people push it too far. I mean, what's weird is if you think about it, you go back in time, the Roman times, like when they had gladiators, they literally had people fighting to the death instead of watching them play basketball. So it's like they didn't have sports.
They had the thing where you like kick the ball in the hole. Or maybe that was just on Madagascar.
Madagascar. No, but I mean, there was like gladiators was their sports, but that was where they killed each other, and then they had
the horse thing when they javelin, they hit people when you're on the horse, you get the little long stick pole.
Oh yeah. That was more nights. Yeah, I don't know if they did that then too.
Roman time and nighttime, was that around the same time?
You get me on my old history. I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know. We gonna get.
I don't know when it was jousting is the term.
Yeah, joustings.
I think jousting's too old, but I don't know how long they did it for.
I mean, for like a lot of it's basically like the same thing. Like you do all this, like I guess you did all that stuff.
Because jousting was medieval, but that was more Europe.
True. Yeah, and it's like basically like if you was in the medieval times and like you was doing the whole.
Oh yeah, they did the freak nasty orgies in the medieval times and the Roman times, and what's crazy, it was like everybody and. I mean everybody. It didn't matter your age or anything.
Pretty much.
It was weird.
It was, and just like the time in the 90s and the 80s, it was weird.
And people were weird in the 70s too. People have been weird forever.
Exactly.
So I guess like we as a society decide like we only allow a certain level of weirdness, but once you cross this threshold, you are now a danger to society.
True. It's like
Dwight Howard.
It's like with old people.
If Diddy's going down, Dwight Howard needs to go down with him.
It's like with old people. Like, do you condemn an old person for being racist? Like, if he's 70 years old, don't you expect him to be racist?
Yes, you condemn them. No,
it's messed up. I mean,
no, you just keep old people in like in an old people community. So then they just sit around people that all think the same way, and they think they're still in the same time.
Ooh, but speaking of thinking about this.